Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, make sure you turn off the water supply to the washer. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the suspension rod in a GE washer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For the job, we're going to need a quarter-inch nut driver, a putty knife, a small flat blade screwdriver, and a pair of locking pliers. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new suspension rod. There are two pairs of suspension rods used in this washer, two left ones and two right ones. This one has a wide bottom and goes onto the left side. The rods hold the top during the operation, preventing it from knocking on the cabinet. If the top starts banging on the cabinet and the laundry inside of it is laying more or less evenly, check the suspension rods and replace them if needed. As you can see, we're here at the back of the washer, and to get it apart, we need to remove this rear access panel, and then we can remove this control panel. So there's 1, 2, and 3 and 4 quarter-inch screws. I'm using a nut driver, quarter-inch nut driver, to take them out. Next, I'm going to pull this straight out. There's two clips here at the top. All right, and the next step would be turning over the panel, and then I'm going to use that small flat blade screwdriver. And I'm going to insert it right here in this little opening right there. Push it down and unlock that plug and pull it out. Then I'm going to use the same flat blade screwdriver, gonna pull off this ground wire, and we're going to take this somewhere else where nobody can damage it. All right, next I'm going to lift this protection to get access to this air hose, and I'm going to pull it off the control board. Okay, just grab that air hose and pull it down. Next, I'm going to take these two quarter-inch screws. I'm going to use the same quarter-inch nut driver. Next, I'm going to pull on the control panel to unlock the bottom hinges, and I'm going to turn it over. And now I'm going to use this quarter-inch nut driver. I'm going to take out this screw that holds the top panel at the back. So we need to get to this screw at the bottom underneath of the capacitor, so I'm going to slide it as far as we need it to get to the screw. And using the same quarter-inch nut driver, we're going to take this screw out. And now we're going to put down the control panel, and I'm going to mount it and push it forward so it will lock in. Next, we're going to the front of the washer to continue. Next, arm yourself with the putty knife. Lift slightly the lead, and I'm going to hold the top here and insert the putty knife into the seam right in this spot. You will feel it springing. Press it in and lift. And we're going to move to this side and do the same thing. I'm going to close the lid and lift up on the top, pulling it forward slightly. So here we are at the back of the washer, and as I mentioned earlier, we have two pairs of suspension rods. On the left side we have two with a white bottom, and on the right side we have two with a green bottom. They have a different strength on the springs, so that's a differential between those two suspension rod types. So we're going to show you how to remove this the back one, because it's a little bit more difficult to reach in, than the front one. The front one is exactly installed as the rear one. We're going to start with moving the top slightly out of the way. I mean, don't get too excited. Don't lose the top. All right, so, and now we're going to reach in with the locking pliers, and I'm going to lock it on the rod so I can pull it up. If you have a strong arms, you don't have to use this tool, but I will show you using this tool. Okay, I'm going to install these pliers onto the rod and lock it on. Next, I'm going to pull up the rod and I'm going to press down on this socket. I'm going to turn it and remove it. Now we can lower down the rod through the opening, place it through this cut on the side so we can free the rod from the top. And we're going to fish it out. This is the old suspension rod next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. All right, we're gonna place the new suspension rod into the corner, slide it into this cutout, pull it up. Next, I'm going to install these locking pliers. I'm going to clip it onto the rod. Next, I would recommend to put the socket real close by somewhere that you can reach it easily. And I'm going to lift up the tub and the rod through. Hold on to it, and I'm gonna slide this on, slide it through the hole here. I'm gonna push it down, and it's gonna slide right in here. It locks in, and I'm gonna open the pliers and remove them. If you look at the front rod, front suspension rod, it's mounted exactly the same way as the back one. So it would be the same procedure. Technically, I recommend if one of them is bad, replace both of them at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to lift up the top and place it back. Align the front edge here. Make sure it's straight. And press it down. So we locked those two clips. Now I'm going to pull the control panel back to unlock it. And I'm going to turn it over. So we're going to secure it with a couple of screws. We need to make sure that the top is perfectly aligned with the cabinet, so we can put the screw through. Start manually. Make sure that the screw is in the opening correctly, and I'm gonna finish it with a nut driver, 1/4-inch nut driver. And I'm gonna place this screw in again. I'm gonna make sure that the top is aligned with the cabinet. Drop the screw in and start it manually. And I'm going to finish it with the nut driver. And now I'm going to slide the capacitor back. So this little part here in the middle will lock into the plastic holder. Like that. I'm going to place it down and make sure that we're going to lock it by pushing it forward. And I'm going to install a couple of 4-inch screws to secure the control panel. And I'm gonna start it manually. You need to make sure that it's going into the right direction. And now I'm gonna use the 1/4-inch nut driver. Gonna drive them in. Next, I'm going to install the air hose back onto the control board. It goes right there. Slide it on all the way. Make sure it's all the way on. Now it's time to install this rear cover panel. I'm going to start with putting the ground wire clip on. Then I'm gonna insert this plug. I'm gonna turn it over and place these 2 tabs into the slots on the top. And now I'm going to secure it with these 4 1/4-inch screws using a 1/4-inch nut driver. Turn on the water, plug the washer in and run it to check if it works properly and there's no leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.